Did you check your bank account this month only to find your Social Security payment missing or arriving days later than expected? If you're one of the thousands of Americans who depend on these critical payments to cover rent, groceries, and essential bills, you're probably feeling anxious and confused right now. What you might not realize is that a massive hidden change in the Social Security system is creating unprecedented delays that could affect your financial security for months to come, and most people have no idea it's happening. Are you at risk of having your payments delayed indefinitely, and more importantly, what can you do to protect yourself from this financial nightmare? Before we dive deep into this urgent situation that could impact your next payment, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss crucial updates about Social Security changes that directly affect your benefits. We're committed to bringing you the latest information that mainstream media often overlooks, especially when it comes to protecting your financial future. The Social Security Administration is currently processing what experts are calling one of the most significant benefit adjustments in decades, and the ripple effects are creating delays that nobody saw coming. The Social Security Fairness Act, signed into law by President Biden in January 2025, requires the agency to adjust benefits for 3.2 million people, including future and past benefits, with the act ending provisions that opened the door for millions to receive retroactive payments dating back to January 2024. While this legislation is designed to help millions of Americans receive the full benefits they've earned, the implementation process has overwhelmed the Social Security system in ways that are directly impacting regular monthly payments. Through March 4, 2025, SSA has already paid 1,127,723 people more than $7.5 billion in retroactive payments, with the average retroactive payment being $6,710. This massive redistribution of funds requires complex calculations and manual reviews that are stretching the agency's resources to their breaking point. What does this mean for you if you're not part of this retroactive payment group? It means your routine monthly payments are getting caught up in a system that's operating far beyond its normal capacity. The situation becomes even more concerning when you understand the scale of what's happening behind the scenes. Social Security has completed 90% of its caseload according to its May 27 update, but that remaining 10% represents hundreds of thousands of complex cases that require individual attention from overworked staff members. SSA employees told USA Today that Social Security recipients who are making simple changes like location or bank account updates could face a longer wait than usual, as the agency focuses on the 900,000 remaining cases courtesy of the Social Security Fairness Act. Have you recently moved, changed your bank account, or made any updates to your Social Security information? If so, you might be experiencing firsthand the delays that are frustrating thousands of beneficiaries across the country. These seemingly routine administrative changes, which normally processed quickly, are now taking weeks or even months to complete because the agency's attention and resources are focused on the massive retroactive payment project. The timing couldn't be worse for many Americans who are already struggling with inflation and rising living costs. When your Social Security payment is delayed, it doesn't just mean an inconvenience, it means potentially missing rent payments, skipping medications, or going without groceries. The human cost of these administrative delays is real and immediate, yet many people don't understand why their payments are suddenly unreliable when they've been receiving them consistently for years. What makes this situation particularly frustrating is the lack of clear communication from the Social Security Administration about these delays. Many beneficiaries are calling the SSA helpline only to be put on hold for hours, only to be told that their case is being reviewed with no specific timeline for resolution. The agency's customer service system, already strained under normal circumstances, is buckling under the weight of confused and anxious callers who just want to know when their next payment will arrive. Social Security benefits are paid 1 month behind, with most affected beneficiaries beginning to receive their new monthly benefit amount in April 2025 for their March 2025 benefit, though complex cases that cannot be processed automatically are experiencing longer delays. This 1-month delay in the payment system means that any processing issues or complications can compound quickly, leaving beneficiaries waiting weeks longer than expected for payments they desperately need. The ripple effects extend beyond individual hardship to impact entire communities. Local businesses that depend on Social Security recipients as customers are reporting decreased sales during payment delay periods. Landlords are dealing with an increase in late rent payments from tenants who are typically reliable. Healthcare providers are seeing patients postpone treatments because they're uncertain about their income. This hidden Social Security change isn't just affecting individual bank accounts, it's creating economic uncertainty that touches every aspect of communities across America. Are you wondering how to protect yourself from these delays? The first step is understanding that this isn't a permanent situation, but it's also not going to resolve quickly. The Social Security Administration estimates that processing all the complex cases related to the Fairness Act will continue through the end of 2025, which means the potential for delays will persist for months. However, there are specific actions you can take to minimize your risk and ensure you're prepared if delays affect your payments. Documentation is your best defense against processing delays. Make sure you have copies of all correspondence with the Social Security Administration, including confirmation numbers from phone calls and receipts for any documents you've submitted. If you've recently made changes to your address, bank account, or any other personal information, follow up proactively rather than waiting for problems to surface. The squeaky wheel gets the oil, and in an overwhelmed system, the people who stay on top of their cases are more likely to see faster resolution. Consider setting up alternative financial arrangements for essential expenses during this uncertain period. If you have family members who can provide temporary assistance, discuss contingency plans now before you need them. Look into local community resources that might be able to help with groceries, utilities, or medication costs if your payment is delayed. Many areas have emergency assistance programs specifically designed for seniors and disabled individuals who experience temporary financial hardships. Banking relationships become crucial during payment delays. Contact your bank to explain the situation and ask about overdraft protection or short-term loan options if your Social Security payment is your primary source of income. Many banks have special programs for Social Security recipients and may be willing to work with you during documented payment delays. Having these conversations before you need help puts you in a much stronger position than trying to arrange assistance after your account is already overdrawn. The most important thing to remember is that you're not alone in this situation, and the delays you're experiencing aren't a reflection of any problem with your eligibility or benefits. Thousands of Americans are dealing with the same frustrating delays, and advocacy groups are working to pressure the Social Security Administration to increase transparency and improve communication about processing timelines. Your benefits haven't disappeared, they're just caught up in an administrative backlog that the agency is working to resolve. Congressional representatives are beginning to take notice of the unintended consequences of the Social Security Fairness Act implementation. While the legislation itself is beneficial for millions of Americans, the execution has revealed serious flaws in the agency's ability to handle large-scale changes without disrupting regular operations. Pressure is mounting for additional funding and resources to help the SSA complete the remaining complex cases without continuing to delay routine payments for other beneficiaries. What can you do to stay informed about your specific situation? The Social Security Administration's website offers a My Social Security portal where you can check the status of your benefits and see if there are any alerts about your account. However, this system doesn't always reflect real-time processing delays, so don't panic if it shows everything as normal while your payment is still delayed. Phone calls to the SSA remain the most reliable way to get specific information about your case, despite the long hold times. Looking ahead, this situation serves as a wake-up call about the fragility of systems that millions of Americans depend on for basic survival. The Social Security Administration processes over 1 billion transactions annually, and even small disruptions can have massive consequences for the people who depend on these benefits. This current crisis highlights the need for better planning, more resources, and improved communication when implementing significant policy changes. The lesson for all Social Security recipients is the importance of staying informed and prepared for unexpected changes. Subscribe to our channel to get regular updates about Social Security developments, benefit changes, and practical advice for protecting your financial security. We monitor these situations closely and provide early warnings about issues that could affect your payments before they become widespread problems. Remember, knowledge is your best protection against financial uncertainty.